Hey guys, the name's Andrew Kenny, and today I decided to make this plan video because, as you clearly see here, this is my best warship in World of Warships, the Des Moines. Well, guys, I want to point out that, on the 18th, I will be leaving on a trip to the real-life Des Moines sister ship known as Salem, which is a Des Moines-class cruiser, and that lives in Quincy, Massachusetts as a museum ship, and which the main reason I want to visit it is because, well, I love the Des Moines so much, and, I knew I was going to love the Des Moines, and so I wanted to visit its sister ship, so I decided, why not? I discussed this plan so that way you know it. So here you can see one of the 3 Des Moines-class heavy cruisers, known as USS Salem, which is the second ship. This is the only surviving heavy cruiser that is still alive. It is based in Quincy, Massachusetts, where it, together with the Des Moines, were built in the late 1940s, during and after World War II, because they didn't make it in time for the war, unfortunately. But they still are famous, and I really wanted to visit the ship when I first heard of the ship and saw images of the ship, realizing it was a Des Moines-class cruiser. I decided, why not? If I'm going to get the Des Moines, you know what? I should visit this ship because I want to do it. Because I'm a Des Moines fan, so why not? But that'll take some time to get here. Due to that, I live in Alabama, and you can clearly see there's a line right there. So, you clearly see where our first stop is going to be. On the 18th of July, we will leave the house and then stop at a hotel in Knoxville, Tennessee, and the next morning, we will get up, pack all the stuff, and then start hitting the road on the way to New York. From there, we will travel from all the way to New York City. Now, this isn't like getting there. It's not an ordinary express run, where you're not stopping till reach the destination. We're gonna be making a heck of a lot of stops until we reach my grandma's New York house. That's right, because we're inviting her to come along on some of the stuff. So, speaking of that, then for the next couple of days, we're gonna be having some fun in New York, with the whole family and doing some nice stuff in there that we sure do enjoying before we head to what we're looking for. So on the 23rd or 24th, we're gonna start traveling by subway into on a pretty far distance from New York. But then that's not just what happens in order to get us into Massachusetts. After taking the subway, we're then gonna get on board a passenger train and then travel into Boston. And you can clearly see the locomotive, which is an F-40. And yes, I'm hoping that we do get this locomotive, because besides the freight-shaped locomotive, this is the only passenger locomotive that does, have an anti-climber, and which you can just learn more by Googling anti-climber. But speaking of that, so once we arrive in Boston, we'll be doing some nice and cool stuff there, to have quite a lot of fun. But speaking of that, now according to schedules and words from my parents, the museum itself will be open on a Saturday, and so on the 29th we'll be driving into Quincy and then finding the Four Rivers Shipyard, which is where Salem is, and once we make it to the entrance, this is when we're going to be exploring. And we are going to get pretty early because the I will be there pretty dang long, And not only that, but the museum is open from 10 to 4. So speaking of that, and then once we finished, we might possibly leave probably back to New York on the day. And on this day, once our museum time here is done, we possibly might leave on the 29th. Or we probably might leave on the 30th and start driving all the way down home, back to the home, And I'm just hoping we get there on the 30th, at least, because on July the 31st, I really gotta get to work, on my videos, on the tour of the video tour, and my month review too, importantly. But that is what I have to say here for the plans on this trip of what will be happening. And so because of like how we'll be traveling, and and like we'll be probably, how long the trip will be, I call this trip the long New York, Boston, and Quincy, Massachusetts road and rail trip. So these are the events that are gonna happen for this 12-day trip. So guys, I hope that this was some interesting information. And yes, I will actually be posting vlogs on Facebook and YouTube, for you guys to find out what's going on. And so, of these events that are happening. So, as you can, my Facebook page is in the link in the description, so you can follow me on that now if you need to. Speaking of that, guys, I really hope that this will be a great thing for you to witness, and that you like this idea, and that it'll be, well, exciting to witness, because good gosh, this is the longest YouTube channel trip I've ever taken. And so, and looking around the entire warship will be really cool. And yeah, I'm gonna have to make up for a lot of World of Warships episodes, so yeah, I do apologize for that. But hey, that's compensated for the awesomeness we're gonna see there. Not only that, but while we're in my grandma's New York house, I will hopefully be able to take some milk containers that are useless, and hopefully manage to destroy them and do them in some ways that I normally don't do them at home to make some great slow-mo videos. Because yeah, I freaking hate iMovie because the slow-mo sounds terrible. The text are always in capitalization, darn it. And yeah, there's no computer there. So, oh yeah, we're just gonna have to compensate for that. But hopefully that'll be corrected within 365 days from now. But I hope that this will be exciting for you to witness, and that hopefully you'll wish me luck, and that when we get home we'll have a great experience, and that hopefully I'll be able to recover to making YouTube videos. Hopefully, and that all that touring will be extreme for you guys to watch. But guys, if you really like this video, then hit the like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And most importantly, I'll see you guys in another video. And in honor of this exciting trip, see ya!